This is DALL-E, or DALL-E. Let's just call it Craiyon, because that's what they rebranded to anyway, I guess. Craiyon.com is a website that will generate completely original images based on just a text description that you give it. For example, here's what Craiyon generated when it was prompted with Hypixel Skyblock. Credit to Hellcastle BTW on Twitter for that one. It's not only hilarious, but shockingly accurate. So it got me thinking, the potential for this technology is huge. With nothing more than a basic understanding of English, you can create unimaginably complex and entirely unique artwork at the touch of a button. Here's some neurosurgeons putting ramen inside a man's head as a joke. These could and should be in a museum somewhere. Artificial intelligence like Craiyon could unlock so many secrets in life. In fact, the secret of life. It all makes sense now. Alone I am but a mere mortal, limited by mere mortal thoughts, but the collective knowledge and artwork of the entire human race, mixed and mashed by artificial intelligence to effortlessly create new masterpieces of imagination, is power beyond what I thought one man could possibly obtain. I could legitimately change the world with this technology. I'm gonna make a Minecraft texture pack. Before I start that, I want to thank Buff for sponsoring this video. They literally asked me to use the same ad from last video, and I'm not one to pass up an opportunity to be lazy, so roll it. Are you tired of playing games and not getting rewarded for it? Well, tell your parents that video games aren't a waste of time, because Buff is an app that lets you passively earn rewards just for playing your favorite games. League of Legends, CSGO, Fortnite, I won't judge, and many other games, including, of course, Minecraft. Just download Buff at the link in the description, set up your free account, and start playing to earn Buff points, which you can redeem for things like Steam credits, Riot points, V-Bucks, again, not judging, gift cards, game keys, skins, hardware, and much more. You can't earn rewards like that by doing homework. College degree? Who needs it? That was actually a credit card bill. Razer Naga Trinity Gaming Mouse? You need it, so you can play more games, earn more points, and redeem more gaming gear, so you can play more games, earn more points. Buff runs in the background while you play and will not affect your game's performance. I tested it myself, and the only thing I lost was pretty much every game I played. So Buff won't affect your skill issue or your frame rates. It's very safe to use. As an authorized app of Overwolf with over 5 million regular users, you can be sure that there's no shenanigans, no resource hogging, no mining, unless you're playing Minecraft. And it's definitely not a virus meant to hijack your computer and sell your data on the dark web. In case you were worried about that, I might have made Buff sound more suspicious with that last one. But trust me, it's totally safe. Download Buff at the link in the description to receive 30 free Buff points. Sponsors like Buff help keep my channel running, so please do check them out. And huge thanks to Buff again for sponsoring this video. Good video, 10 out of 10. Now texture pack time. So there's 266 PNG files in the items folder in this 1.8 texture pack. And yes, I'm making this for 1.8 because newer versions of Minecraft have more than double the textures. My upload schedule's bad enough already, no thank you. So yeah, 266 items and 420 blocks. Nice. This is gonna take a while. Then we have around 50 to 60 entities, and if you include the GUI and other miscellaneous textures, that brings the total textures that we need to edit to around 750-ish. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Wait, did I say Minecraft 1.8? I meant Cave Game, beta version 1.
But in the beginning, there was just grass, cobblestone, and your character.
Yeah, that sounds better. I'm just kidding, I'll do 1.8. It's pretty much the middle version of Minecraft in terms of the amount of textures. I want to at least achieve half of my potential. Thank you to Finlay for his help on this texture pack. He's going to work on the GUI and 100 or so other textures in the pack, so please do show him some love and check out his channel here. He makes some really sick texture packs, much better than this one will probably be. And let's begin. All right, I'm going to start with dirt, and then I'm going to do all the variations of dirt, like grass and mycelium and whatever else kind of dirt there is. Podzol, I guess. The fuck is Podzol? Now, when I first thought of the concept for this video, I tested the AI with prompts like dirt with grass on top in the shape of a cube, which came out really cool, but Minecraft block textures are square shaped, so unfortunately I can't make the game look as cool as this. So the next best thing I can try is dirt in the shape of a square. There we go, this one will work. This AI generates 256 by 256 pixel images, but I think some people might have trouble running a 256 by 256 texture pack, so I'm gonna scale down the textures to 128 by 128, and there we go. Boom, dirt, not too bad. A little bit dark, but we can color correct that later. I'm gonna have to make some edits of my own for this texture pack to look decent. Like, there's no way the AI can perfectly match all of the colors and specifications we'll need for certain blocks. Like for the grass block, we need to use the same texture as dirt, so it blends with the dirt blocks. I'm gonna draw an outline of where the grass will be and then overlay whatever grass texture the AI comes up with. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, grass in the shape of a square. That seems decent. Plop that down here for the top of the grass block and cut out part of it here for the side of the grass block. It kind of just looks like random green pixels. pixels. I want it to actually look like grass, so let's try long grass in the shape of a square. And we gotta make the top and side overlay black and white because different biomes in Minecraft have different shades of green, and Minecraft just kind of overlays it on its own. Let's refresh the pack, and damn, okay, that looks decent. I'm surprised at how nice that came out. Okay, now the dirt variations. Let's start with snow because there's a snow biome over there. I want to see this world slowly get taken over by AI. Don't take that out of context. White snow in the shape of a square. Copy this one, paste it down, and we have snow. Now I'm just gonna cut out the same area as the grass block texture, and there we go. We have 3 blocks. Mycelium next. That might be hard to get. Purple mycelium in the shape of a square. Oh shit, first try. That looks sick, holy shit. Now mycelium is a little bit different from the others. The side texture goes down a bit more. So I'm gonna add some random variation like this, and boom, mycelium. Now for podzol. Podzol in the shape of a square. Nailed it. Is podzol a real thing? In soil science, podzols are the typical soils of coniferous and boreal forests. Imagine going to school for 8 years to become a soil scientist. Not even this all-knowing AI knows what the fuck podzol is. To me, podzol kind of looks like mud mixed with grass, I guess. So let's try muddy grass in the shape of a square. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but better than whatever the fuck the last one was. Let's try swamp mud. Nope. Dark brown mud mixed with grass. Okay, that'll do. Now coarse dirt. Kind of just looks like a darker version of dirt, so I'm just gonna use the first dirt texture and bring down the brightness. Easy. All right, we finished all the dirt variations. How long did that take? An hour for 6 textures. 1 texture every 10 minutes. At this rate, it's gonna take us 75 hours to finish this pack. I have a new respect for texture pack makers. In my texture pack video from a long time ago, I think I made like 8 textures. It was like the armor and a few weapons. And I'm starting to realize why. Honestly, people who make those hyper-realistic texture packs must be dumping months of their time into them. I haven't seen anyone use AI to make a texture pack though, so this software really could be game-changing for texture pack makers. Anyway, trees are cool. Let's do them. The AI usually takes a couple of minutes to generate each set of images, which is why this is taking so long. So instead of waiting one by one, I just opened up a bunch of tabs and typed a different prompt into each one. That way I can go through textures much quicker. The logs came out way better than I expected. Still gotta do the top part of each one, but damn, it looks clean. Especially the birch log. Oh, I also did stone off camera. I think I just prompted like stone in the shape of a square, but I'm not sure I like the way that came out. It looks kind of grainy, and stone in Minecraft is kind of supposed to be smooth. I might come back to that one. Let's finish the trees. Wood log core in the shape of a square. I was kind of hoping it would generate the wood rings in a square shape as well, but this is still fine. I'm gonna use this same texture for all of the logs, but just change the color to match each one. Oh shit, it looks good. I'm starting to think this texture pack might actually come out nice. Tree leaves in the shape of a square. These could work. I also tried the same prompt, but with each different type of tree, but they all kind of look the same except for the spruce leaves, so that's the only one I'm gonna bother to keep the real life accuracy for, but the others can just be random different leaves that it generates. And we have trees. The coloring on the leaves was really easy because, like the grass block, Minecraft just needs a black and white texture and then it shades in the color automatically based on the biome that you're in. Jungle leaves actually do have some yellow fruits though, so I made sure not to make those black and white. Now I just gotta do all the wooden planks and we'll have our basic core Minecraft blocks. Dirt, grass, stone, and wood. It makes up most of the world, so we're slowly getting to the AI taking it over. Wooden planks in the shape of a square. Oh my god, that's literally perfect. Just gotta fix the color on each one. Refreshing the pack. 3, 2, 1, refresh. Soon, maybe? Yes! Oh my god, they're so beautiful. This is art, folks. This is art. Now we need a stick. Brown wooden stick. Boom. Art. All right, we have everything we need to craft wooden tools. So shovel made of wood, sword made of wood, pickaxe made of wood, axe made of wood, hoe made of wood. All right, crop the image, chop out the background, crop, chop, crop, chop, crop, chop, crop, and chop. All this effort for items that most players probably won't even use once, except for the wooden pickaxe, of course, which kind of looks like a crucifix. Get thee behind me, Satan! Moving on. All right, stone tools are done. Nothing notable here. They look decent. Next. So I ran into some trouble for the first time with a few of the iron tools. When I typed in the prompt, the items came out looking a lot like the stone tools, so I prompted the AI with silver instead of iron, and those look much more like Minecraft iron tools. I did the same for the iron ingot, prompting it with silver ingot instead. It looks dope as hell. The shovel was really nice, but half of the handle was cut off, so I copied the part that wasn't cut off and flipped it to complete the handle. Same thing with the sword. The tip of the sword was out of the frame, so I shaped the point of the sword myself. Don't mind my sweat, guys. I don't have a fan on because it's gonna ruin the audio. Fuck me, it's so hot. The iron hoe looked like it was used as a blunt force murder weapon with how bent up it was, so I straightened that out to hide the evidence. Iron tools, done. Gold tools, done. The axe is absolutely badass. Best one out of these by far, although I did have to edit the top part of it a little bit. This AI generates some insanely cool shit, then crops like 20% of it out of frame, making it pretty much unusable. So even though I edited some of these myself, 100% of the pixels were still made by the AI. But Ace, you changed the color on some of the items, creating new pixels. No, actually, Photoshop changed the color, and Photoshop is technically a form of AI, so get wrecked with that half-assed loophole I just came up with. I'm following the rules. Shut up. All right, now for the fun ones. Diamond tools. Let's start with the diamond itself. I tried a couple of different prompts for the diamond because it's such an iconic Minecraft item. I want to get it right. First I tried just diamond, but these look nothing like diamonds. So then I tried round diamond. Seriously, this is what you think a diamond looks like? Don't you know that diamonds are shaped like eggs? Yeah, I've always wondered why Minecraft diamonds aren't, you know, diamond shaped. So finally I prompted the AI with diamond in the shape of an egg. Now that's what I'm talking about. See, this is why AI will never take creative jobs away from people. It's just too dumb to realize the difference between a diamond and whatever the fuck these are. Artificial intelligence, more like natural unintelligence. Do better. Jokes aside, the AI fucking nailed this one. Let's see how it does with the other diamond tools.
Another one.
These came out really nice, but the process for getting these ones was pretty different from the other ones. You see, you can't just type in diamond pickaxe and expect it to generate a photorealistic pickaxe made of diamond, because the AI works by gathering images from all over the internet and creating something new out of those images. At least, I think that's how it works. And yeah, I can definitely see where the inspiration came from on this one. This is what you think a diamond pickaxe looks like? Stupid AI. That's actually not a bad Minecraft diamond pickaxe, but not what I'm looking for. So what I had to do instead was prompt the AI with pickaxe made of blue glass. I figured that would look close enough to diamond for it to pass, and it pretty much did. It looks pretty good, because diamonds are totally blue in real life. I did that for the other tools as well, and now we have nearly every tool in the game complete. I've only been recording for 6 hours. Holy shit. We've done around 40 textures so far. That's about one new texture every 9 minutes. There's gotta be a faster way to do this. Completely finished Minecraft texture pack. All right, we're done. Close enough. That actually gave me an idea. We need a logo for the pack. What if I just typed Minecraft texture pack logo generated by AI? A bit redundant, but that's the whole point of this video. Oh my god, what are these items? I don't remember that one being in the game, guys. Is that a mouth? God. These pictures feel like what Minecraft looks like in your dreams. We have to go with this one. Copy that, scale it down, and that looks almost perfect, but something about this feels kind of wrong. I don't mean wrong as in this image that came straight out of a fever dream. I mean like morally wrong. I've been stealing this poor AI's intellectual property, and I think I need to give credit where credit is due. So Mr. DALL-E, or Craiyon, why don't you do the honor of signing your work? The signature of DALL-E, and that's, I guess, DALL-E's signature. Let's copy that, scale it down, change the blending mode, and now we have a texture pack logo created and signed by the DALL-E AI. Plagiarism isn't cool, guys. Always cite your sources. Thanks for the slave work, DALL-E. Oh, I love it. AI pack, 100% created by AI, compiled by TheOriginalAce and Finlay, signed by the AI itself. That's fucking gold. All right, I'm just procrastinating at this point. Let's get serious and finish these textures. It's done. It's finally finished. It took me 28 total hours, plus however long it took Finlay to do his part. Seriously, check out his channel. He saved me days of work on this. So here it is, every item, block, menu, and button in Minecraft, completely generated by artificial intelligence. Here's the armor, the tools and weapons, ores and minerals. We got food and other mob drops, potions here. Those look sick. Finlay did those. Other random blocks, water and lava, which took a really long time to animate, by the way. And we even got the sky, daytime and nighttime as well. Not a pixel in this game was made by a human, and it's magnificent. You know, when I first started making this video, I expected the texture pack to come out like comically awful. This was supposed to be like a joke video, poking fun at what I thought was like a rudimentary software, incapable of matching the creative expressions of human beings. But DALL-E far exceeded my expectations. This is art. This is art. Incredible. Yeah, Steve was totally fucked. The only thing that we didn't do was the mobs. They just have way too many textures and we didn't have enough time. Maybe gonna update it in a future video if this one does well. Anyway, I really wanted to show the process of making each texture, but this video is already way too long, and I probably already lost like 30% of you at the sponsored segment of this video anyway. So I'm just gonna go over some of the more notable textures that the AI generated and call it a day. First of all, I fixed all the coloring on the dirt and stone and a few other blocks so they match the vanilla Minecraft look. I just used the Photoshop match color feature to copy the colors of the default textures to the AI generated textures. It blends the world together much better, I think. For mossy cobblestone, I prompted the AI with mossy cobblestones in the shape of a square. Then for regular cobblestone, I just converted the same mossy cobble image to black and white. Who would know? It really doesn't look like moss when it's black and white. The ores were made using the stone texture, with various minerals from the AI just slapped on top. For example, the prompt for redstone was small chunks of bright red stones on a white background. The white background just made it easier to cut out, and it took a lot of different attempts to find what I was looking for on that one. I used a similar prompt for the lapis. The other ores weren't as difficult to generate. Like gold, I just typed in gold ore chunks. The furnace, dispenser, and dropper were all made using the cobblestone texture, combined with the stone slab texture on half of the sides. On the front of the dropper and dispenser, I literally just prompted the AI with happy face made of stone and surprised face made of stone, and then blended the faces into the cobblestone texture. The prompt for the furnace was medieval furnace made of stone. They all came out okay. These aren't my favorite textures in the pack, but still usable. For torches, I used the same texture as the stick and overlaid a fire texture that the AI generated on the top. The flowers look phenomenal. I especially love the rose bush, which is exactly what I prompted the AI with to get it. Just rose bush. Simple yet elegant. Pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns were pretty tricky, actually. They were the only blocks I kind of cheated on. Pumpkin side, easy. Pumpkin top, no problem for the AI, but the face, not as simple. I tried the prompt, jack-o'-lantern in the shape of a square, but it kept generating round pumpkins that looked terrible when I cropped them into a square. The faces were either cut off at the edges or way too close to the edges and looked really shoddy. So I used a normal pumpkin texture and overlaid one of the jack-o'-lantern faces that it generated. It still looked kind of shitty, so I made a selection of the face layer, cut out that part of the pumpkin, deleted the face layer, converted the pumpkin texture to a 3D object to give it some depth, and then lit up the inside with a result from the prompt, bright yellow light. I messed with the pumpkins for way too long. Worth it, to be honest. They came out great. Soul sand is composed of a mud texture with a different prompt, scary faces made of mud overlaid on top. That came out surprisingly good. It also took a lot of messing around with to get the faces to blend into the mud correctly. Flint and steel was super easy. I just scaled down the flint texture and put it in the lower right corner. Then I prompted the AI with silver in the shape of a C. DALL-E understood the assignment. Most of the food items were fairly easy too. I pretty much just typed in one word for each of the food items, like carrot or potato, but I could not for the life of me get the AI to generate a whole cooked salmon. So I just had to use this Gordon Ramsay style salmon garnished with 17 herbs and spices.
Salt, pepper, Cajun spice.
The furnace is working some serious culinary magic with that one. Just plop in a raw salmon, apply heat, and boom, 5-star gourmet salmon dish.
So moist.
On the flip side of that, we have rotten flesh, and holy fuck, yikes. As you can probably imagine, the results for the prompt rotten flesh were so genuinely disturbing that I can't show them on YouTube.
What the fuck is going on?
The one that I chose for it was the mildest of the images that it generated, and I'm still a bit hesitant to show it. Just download the pack and see it for yourself, or don't. It's pretty gross. For wool, I typed wool in the shape of a square, then just changed the color in Photoshop for each one. Same thing for the clay blocks, didn't take too long. The slime block is actually a few different textures that the AI generated, all blended into one. I wanted it to look like the slime was like dripping down the sides, so I played around with some blending options in Photoshop until it looked right. I'm really proud of this one, other than the top looks a little bit weird. The alternative would have just been a nearly solid green texture without much variation, so good stuff. The rails were all composite images as well, which means I combined different ones. The AI kept generating pictures like these when prompted with train tracks or railroad tracks, and they just didn't work for our purposes. So I put together the rails using several different prompts, long steel pole for the rails and long wooden plank for the wood slats, and I just chopped up the results and made the slats with that. Then for the curved rail, I fucked around with the warp tool for way too long until I gave up and went with a more jagged curve. Still came out nice. For the powered rails, I used a combination of the redstone block texture and the prompt long gold pole. The rail blocks were some of my favorites to come out of this project. Seriously fucking cool. Another one of my favorites was a cactus block. Not much to say about that, just looks really cool. I love the way that needles kind of point out. It just looks really photorealistic and it just, I don't know, it's awesome. TNT was created by prompting the AI with sticks of dynamite, then copy pasting them all in a row. The top and bottom was generated with a prompt, bottom of a bundle of TNT in the shape of a square. It understood the assignment once again. For the top, I also threw on a barely noticeable fuse to distinguish it from the bottom. It hardly made a difference. Most people won't notice that detail. The TNT label was really tricky. I couldn't get the AI to form the letters T and T all next to each other, let alone on a long white label. I even tried TNT logo as a prompt, which actually turned out some pretty cool results, like this one, which looks like the logo of an imaginary football team called TNT, but not what I was looking for. So I gave 3 different prompts, long white banner, black letter T, and black letter N, and just combined all 3 to make the TNT label. You can't even tell that the white part is a banner. I could have just made a stripe of pure white in Photoshop, but that would be cheating. This pack has to be 100% AI generated. But shut the fuck up, okay? Next was the enchantment table. For that, I just combined the textures of the obsidian block, diamond block, and redstone block. I highly doubted that the AI could come up with something that looked even slightly similar to the actual enchantment table, so that's what I had to do. Came out great, and that's pretty much what the enchantment table is anyway. Diamonds, obsidian, not redstone, but fuck it, close enough, it was red. And last, but certainly not least, arguably the most important block in the game, the crafting table. Ace, how in the hell did you get the AI to generate that? I call cap. It was actually a lot easier than you think. To me, the top of a crafting table has always looked like a tic-tac-toe board, so I prompted DALL-E with tic-tac-toe board on a square piece of leather, which resulted in the world's saddest game of tic-tac-toe, in which O's occupy every space on the board. Obviously, somebody was either playing alone, or they were being very unfair to their opponent playing X's. Nevertheless, this made for the perfect texture for the top of the crafting table. I laid it on top of the wooden planks texture from earlier, cut off the corners, copied part of the leather texture, laid those down on the sides of the crafting table, then decorated it with a few of the iron tools from the texture pack. And hallelujah, we're fucking done. Also, the blaze rod looks like a Cheeto. Good shit. This took forever, but it was so much fun. Probably one of my favorite projects to work on in a while. There was never a dull moment with the shit this AI came up with. Every prompt I gave it was an exciting new adventure to see the crazy unique results it generated. If you want to see a time-lapse of me creating this texture pack start to finish, I have an exclusive video available for just my Patreon subscribers. It's only $1 a month, so go check it out at patreon.com/TheOriginalAce. I might also post some more exclusive content there pretty soon. Plus you get a spot in my outro as long as you're a patron. That outro needs some revamping. Let's make the list long so I can finally take out the book that I don't even sell anymore. Anyway, you can download the AI texture pack at the link in the description. Feel free to modify the pack however you want, but if you do, please give credit to the original creator, DALL-E. That way you might be spared by our future AI overlords when they take over the world. Subscribe today, become an Acehole, and as always, keep it fresh. I look like I am sweating. I am sweating. Yeah, I'm so fucking hot.